Welcome to this week's episode. On this episode, we'll be covering day 6, diving in Mexico. So on this day, we ended up going to another area, which was pretty cool. We found our own charter through the help of my friend, and just me and my chick went out on like a small panga and ended up searching a couple different structures and like more seamounts and a couple shallower, some deeper spots in search of pelagics and reef fish. And so we just tried to make the best of the last day that we were out there. On the 7th day of being in Mexico, we ended up just flying out. So this was just a solid, 6th day of just straight diving. Just made sure we got out, every chance we really got. So we ended up heading out here and hunting however we could. In the beginning, it started out slow, but by the end, we actually found a couple decent fish and dove a couple really interesting different types of structures from, as you can see in this picture, some of the corals that are over in the Pacific, as well as a really cool shipwreck that I end up diving at the end too. So just another great day all in all, and really can't complain. It's a great way to end the trip. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you all enjoy this video. At the Sur Spot, we just cover some shallower coral beds, get warmed up before we start going a little deeper. Don't see too much, but it's pretty cool seeing all the different tropicals in an area like this. This next spot though, we end up going to a little bit deeper seamount. It's one of those areas that either you see something or basically nothing. Put some chum in the water. I was hoping some stray tuna or something would come in. See a turtle off to the right there. Believe it or not, that's like one of the only things I saw at the spot. So much life though, I mean, you'd expect to see like a big predator fish. As we're driving around though, we ended up seeing the fin of a marlin here. As you can see by these cuts, we kind of moved around pretty quickly. To cover as much area as possible. Get ready to jump in, hopefully close the gap on this marlin.
Alright, go. Good line, ropa.
Keep trying to look outside the water in order to see the fin. You can see a fish right there. Now right here I started closing the gap on him. Dived down for a closer shot here. As I drew a little closer, it's hard to tell, but this fish is moving pretty quickly. Also, I had to drag this float behind me, but I didn't want to take any long shots on an awesome fish like that. Definitely could have in this situation. The way I see it is that unless I got a good shot on a fish like that, if I ended up killing it or injuring it, I feel like a fucking asshole, so it's not something I regret. I'm sure one day I'll get closer. Still awesome to see them underwater. It's not the only one I've seen though, but in a region where I can shoot them, it's a different story. Now we ended up going back inshore again, checking out this shipwreck. I really like this spot. I mean, I tend to be kind of biased towards shipwrecks. It's kind of what I've grown up with, diving and generations of my family, mostly work when we're out commercial spearfishing. But it's always, incredible seeing these structures and wondering about their history. You can see this Colorado snapper right here. Wait for it. Ended up getting a decent spine shot. It's not bad for a first dive.
Bueno.
This one was actually a first for me. I haven't shot one of these. They're kind of similar to a red snapper, but kind of more rustic looking. Kind of got dog snapper colors to them too, if you look closely.
You gotta get down there, Taylor. There's a lot of fish and it's not that deep. How you say it? Nombre?
Espargo manglero. Diferente.
The rojo?
After reloading, get ready for another drop. Keep looking through this wall of bait fish, trying to find the right target. Almaco swims over. Good gill shot. If you look closely, there's one behind it. Hope to get up to the surface and call my chick over for her to get a chance to shoot it.
Taylor! 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 I got albacore. There's another one on him. Come here. No, hey, amigo, no. down, see there's another one there.
Sadly, as the time she dives down, the other one's gone, which is what happens sometimes. I've seen the whole school come up, or they'll just leave once they realize what's going on. Works pretty good on some fish. These fish, as well as amberjack, and especially mahi, or even cobia, works really well with.
There's a shipwreck down there. It's a sailboat.
Got the brain on the first stab. That's always a relief.
Sailboat. Favorito, wreck, mi favorito, bota. Yeah, I like. Yeah, shipwreck. Shipwreck, mi favorito.
Shipwreck.
Yeah, my favorite. Back home, I love shipwreck. Many fishes.
Wow. Bien, bro.
Yeah.
Now I'm all set up again. About to drop right back down. Right here I see this yellowtail. That last minute turn. I ended up shooting higher than I meant to. Goes right into the boat. I already knew that. This wasn't looking too good. Try and settle down, get my breath back. Problem is, I know it's a time limit, especially with fish with, fillets that are this soft. It can tear off pretty easily. These are incredibly good eating fish. Most of you people watching right now have probably eaten them at a sushi restaurant. You heard of them, hamachi or yellowtail. Not yellowtail snapper, but these things, they're incredible. But having, like I said, fillets this tender, it's not always a good thing when you're shooting them. Yeah, that was painful. As soon as I lifted my head up, I saw exactly what I didn't want to see. Nothing on the spear.
I lost the yellowtail. Hamachi got away.
At this point, ended up running out of time here, so figured I'd try to head down again and try to make the best of it. My goal is to get as many new species as possible. So far I already got the Colorado snapper. That was already a new one for me. A lot of the days of the trip I got a couple other different things, including the cabria. So it's been a pretty successful hunt, all in all. But on this dive, I figured it was my basically last dive in Mexico, so I'll see what I can find. Line up on this grunt here. I call them grunts. Back home, they say that the Key West diet, grits and grunts. If you ever wanted a good eating fish, that's not exactly the biggest game fish, then shoot a grunt. They're almost always good eating. That's basically how the last day went. Nothing too crazy. Saw Marlin. That was really cool. Got a really nice Colorado snapper. Lost a nice yellowtail, hamachi. But also got like a alright sized grunt. So really can't complain. Nothing insane again, but just a good way to end the trip. It's much better doing anything on land, that's for sure. So yeah, it was a good 6 days diving in Mexico. Just doing work every day and making the best of it. Hope to get back out there again soon. I hope you liked the whole series, and should be back to posting a lot of local commercial spearfishing here soon. And got all sorts of videos from deep, 200 feet plus, to in shallow, only a couple of feet, down to 100 feet. I try to cover every depth possible, any type of spearfishing, spear guns, pole spear, scuba, free dive, whatever. If you like what you're seeing and types of diving that I do, feel free to subscribe. Thank you all for watching.